Hello, not the best beasties. We've got a new thing for you, something completely different today. Still gaming related, but wanted to share it all the same. So, what we're doing today is I've got a few toys. And for starters, the two screens behind me, which you can see that one, you can see this one, and now you have an idea of what's gonna be in the boxes, give or take. So, this is the first one. Got Big Bad Toy Store delivers. They always do a good job for me. So, first one we're going to open up and take a guess which one it is. And of course, being that this is a different thing, want to see more of this kind of stuff. Anytime I have a new toy or collectible, feel free to give it a post a comment. You know, English will come to me eventually. Takes a little bit, but I get there. So yeah, see, Big Bad, nice little plug for them. Anyway, so this I saw on a random day on their shop and was like 100% getting, and it is Goliath from Gargoyles, and they've got like one of the best pieces of artwork on the front of that. It is a fully posable Goliath with, I think, different hands, two different faces, and comes with the Grimorum Ocnorum, opposable tail, wings, and a jalapeno. For those that know the cartoon, will definitely get the reference on that. So, I mean, just from the initial look at it, I mean, the box art, all that quality. A little ding, but I open these things, so you can only see just a little bit here, but I open them, and I don't know, you probably can't see Clover too well, but maybe I'll cut to him and you can see why Clover is in a position that he's in. But so yeah, I like this. One thing that's always a little bit interesting with superposable action figures is that you can usually see a lot of the posability spots and such, and it sometimes is a bit distracting. I don't think you could see any of the Mass Effect figures. They did a pretty good job of hiding it, except for when it came to the hips, there's just a bunch of open areas, but for extreme posability, yeah, you really can't complain. And honestly, the fact that you can pose his ankles and then add his toes to get different poses is just awesome. So, now, if you're a hardcore collectible, close your eyes, because I'm doing the unthinkable in your eyes, and I am opening this bad boy up. No reason why Goliath cannot come to life like Toy Story when I am not in the room. And he'll have a whole bunch of friends to play with. I mean, just the artwork, even in there, is just like, it's just classic Gargoyles artwork of sorts. Like, I know I've seen that kind of art before, and it's really the artwork. Nika, I'm trying to remember. I think I've gotten other things from them over the years and over the past. The Mass Effect figures, they were play arts or Play Kai or something. Someone correct me. But yeah, it could very well be all one and the same. So let's keep diving in here. I wish it came with a stand, and that's something I'm gonna have to get, is a stand. But let's get his wings out. He's got a little posability spot there for the wings. It's there. Let's put that on the ground. Let's see. We're gonna keep he's got a nice little angry face, but we're gonna leave him as is. And I'm just gonna come on, Goliath. Live again. Yeah, come on. No, it's caught on his hair. There we go. And let's get his tail out. There we go. Okay. Excellent. All right. And yes, I'm getting old and I'm cheating. I don't want bifocals, so I look below the lens. So that's why I have an odd head posture. It doesn't feel right. It's like I'm giving a Goliath and an enema. Or an enema. Yeah, something like that. Either way, I'm shoving something up his butt. Now I gotta make sure it's in. Okay, so his hair's gonna be a little bit of a nuisance when it comes to his wings. Oh god, plastic is always worrisome when you make the first... Then you make the first few moves. It's like so painful. You just wonder if you broke it. Okay, so I don't think they fully thought through getting his wings and his hair. Because this is... But I get, once you more or less get the wings in and flat, then the hair will kind of rest on it. So it makes sense, but you would have hoped then at that point maybe they would have made the posts on the wings themselves flat. So it's easier to put in and you just put the right pressure and pop it. Well, this one moves much nicer. Still allowed snap, but much smoother than this one. This one is... Woo! Okay, so the wings are in. He's got a stiff tail. We don't want a stiff tail. They need to have it a bit more. There we go. So there's Goliath. He is really stiff. He's going to need a little bit more to kind of, you know, break in the joints. But wow, some of these are really stiff. But when it comes to some of the legs, it's got some good, lots of good posability. But when it comes to the legs and some of the feet spots, you definitely want stiff. Because when it's not stiff, you fall over. And going back to my Mass Effect statues, figures, I've got a number of issues with those. So, especially Ashley. She can't stand because her leg does... Yeah, first time I set them up with my new setup here, and first night I heard them fall over. Not too good, although I think Garrus was the culprit that night. So, here is Goliath. And I'm not going to mess around too much with him, but yeah, there he is. I mean, nice. The hair's, you know, got that nice bendable plastic. Honestly, he's pretty solid, I have to say. I mean, it feels a pretty solid construction. Some of the legs are starting to bend in a little bit more. The arms here, they are really tight. So they're going to take a little bit. I like he's got a waist or abdomen, upper body, and the legs kind of spread out a little bit. So he's got tons and tons of posability, and the quality is actually spot on. I mean, he's got, I don't know how well you can see, but the texture, he's got amazing texture in his wings. It looks fantastic. Even in the loincloth and the belt, it's great. I mean, if you wanted to see a more realized, he's even got veins in his arm. Can you get close enough and see him? We roar! Anyway, yeah, I like it. And yeah, there's an image that I've seen. I've got a Goliath statue here off screen, but there's another one that I have, and it's even more of a realistic look on Goliath. It's a really tall piece. This first one open, and I like it. This is really well done. Just absolutely brilliant. And here he is. That's the first one, and let's click that off. The second one. Now you know the first one. Now you know the other one. And what good is having sovereign without having its opponent. So let's get into this. This one from Dark Horse Direct Deluxe. Oh, hold on. Gonna get noisy. Maybe. Or not. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Now you... Ooh, it's like Christmas jokes. Box within a box. A little bit smaller, though. A little small. Not gonna lie. I'm a little worried how small this really is. Back when Mass Effect 3 came out, I believe it was Dark Horse, offered, and if you couldn't tell what it was, you'll see, offered a similar product, and I missed out on it. And I was very, very remiss that I missed out on it. So when Legendary Edition was announced, and then the same day this item was announced, I was scouring trying to find the right spot to pre-order this because, and I heard it was super limited. I was like, I'm not missing it again. It's a different model. It's not the same one. But all the same, there's an argument as to which one is better. There she is. Joker's Beauty, Normandy SR1. Yes. Here's the back of the box. So, yes, when Mass Effect 3 came out, they had the SR2, I think it was the Alliance model, not the Cerberus model. And I missed out on it. I didn't get it. I tried to acquire it after the fact, and it started getting too pricey to track it down, and I just gave up, and various things entailed, and I just gave up the search. So this one was announced, and I said 100% I'm getting it. Thankfully, at the time, finances weren't an issue, so I went right ahead and purchased it. And yeah, but again, it just excellent quality on the box art. I love the foiling of the logo. Nice quality, cardboard artwork, imagery, all that. Nice and clean. As a graphic designer, I appreciate clean. Modern design is simple. It's simple. Don't get me wrong. I like a bit of grunge. I like good design. Clean, especially in this case. It fits, and I like it. So now the question is, can I get into this box without damaging it? Oh, maybe. Let's just relax a bit. Here we go. Yes. And they only made 500 of these. I scored number 100. Can you see? Camera focus, please be my friend. Can you hit? 100. So 100 out of 500. Nice round number, eh, Vegas? Okay, let's move on. And my room is becoming a big old mess. Oop, you got a little... I have no idea where I'm going to put this thing. I do not have a spot for it. Which, if you've seen any of my game videos, you'll notice that where I do game is a little bit different than this room. I am converting this room to be my all-in game room, recording room, all this other nonsense stuff. In one or two, I think in the first God of War video, I posted a couple photos of where it is, and I will add a few. I'll talk about that later. But I don't know where this is going to go. I don't have the spot. I don't have a spot for it, but maybe as I get closer it will. So, bottom. Top. Oh, there she is. Initial things, just sitting in the box. Sitting in the box. It's smaller than I thought. Little disappointed by that front. I was actually when I saw the images of the original, it always just looked like it was like this big, right? Maybe it was. Maybe this one's smaller. I don't know, but it's got weight to it. This base has got weight to it, which is, I imagine, is exactly what we want. Oh, noise. Which is probably exactly what we want, being that this thing is pretty hefty. So I'm going to sit down here. This is the base. Base goes in here. I like that it's the moon. I think the original was the moon as well. Good old Luna, where we found, spoiler alert, where we first encounter Edie. Oh, dear Lord of mercy. This is like light. Wow. I mean, it's like paper. That base is where all the weight is. This is just like, a baby wouldn't even need this for a workout weight, you know? Wow, this is light. But, that said, there it is. Let's talk about its goodness first. And it's got really nice and fine detail. Please don't drop this as I bring it close. Different hull details all over it. It's really nice. And they even got a little bit of, it's probably just how they airbrushed it, but some of the, it's like not very clean down here by the engines. Not quite as like grungy, dirty or whatever as you might expect, but that's okay. It's overall it's clean. No, you know what? I love it. The Normandy SR1 and SR2 is just an amazing science fiction ship. It really is. I mean, it's iconic, in my opinion. It's one of those simply iconic vessels. You know, I would say it kind of ranks up there with the Enterprise and the Imperial Star Destroyer. Time will tell if it has the lasting appeal of those iconic ships. Because let's face it, I mean, those are two of the most iconic science fiction ships you're always going to base things on, is the things from Star Trek and Star Wars. And Mass Effect is, as the years have gone on, has become absolutely one of my all-time favorite science fiction pieces. It really has. I mean, I'm just completely enamored in love with it. When it came to the Legendary Edition, it was pre-ordered the same. Was it pre-ordered the same day? I don't know if it was. I think I held off for a minute because I do enjoy it so much. I'm willing to spend the extra money on certain types of extra features and such. So I wound up going with the Best Buy. It came with the steel case. So I went with it. Let's put this thing together. And ta-da! The Normandy over Luna. I mean, it's brilliant, and honestly, it'll be an excellent piece to add to my collection. Where it's gonna go, I don't know. I've got big items higher up, but maybe on my upcoming new gaming console display area, play, whatever you want to call it. So here we are, the Normandy. Like I said, I love it. I definitely worth it as a fan. 100% worth it. I'm a little worried that it was so light and that there's a little bit of give in some of these spots. I just hope that over the years, if it's just sitting out on display, that they don't start sagging, right? Because they only connect. The only points of connection to the hull are right here and here for these pieces, and even the underbelt, the under pieces, they connect here. I mean, they're really small spots to connect. So I'm a little worried quite where it's gonna sit. So we'll see. So here we are, Nika's Goliath, and we have Dark Horse's SR1 Normandy. Thank you for watching. If you've gotten either of these or you're interested, or share your thoughts on them. And if you want to see more of this, by all means, do the old like, subscribe nonsense. Yeah, it's nonsense. I hate doing it, but I'm gonna ask and beg this time around. Try not to do it too often in my game vids. And I'm gonna post up a couple of videos of how my gaming console new shelving unit's coming along. Hopefully it's close. Every time I think I get there, it falls apart. But it not falls apart. Another thing gets in the way. I'm almost there. I got most of the wires run. Most of the core consoles there. I got to get a few more pieces, but it's coming along, and I'm quite happy with it. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe, and I should go.